What's going on, everybody? Bronco Juggalo here again, and I am here to talk Masters of the Universe Revelations. Now, ever since this show has been announced, at first there was huge hype in the positive, which was great, and then people started being jerk offs, started calling out Kevin Smith, doubting whether or not he was a fan. Who cares if he's a fan or not? The guy knows how to write a story. Shut the fuck up. Anyways, they're talking about how the show is going to be woke and it's going to totally ruin everything and be completely destroy our childhoods, which is what everybody says about every fucking thing that ever comes out. You know? Yeah. So I've been on the whole, I've been on this level of let's watch the show and then we'll say whether we like it or not. Let's watch the show instead of just going off a bunch of internet rumors that a bunch of internet YouTube personalities, and I'm telling you this right now, anybody over 2,000 subs, anybody over 10,000 subs, let's put it that way, anybody over 10,000 subs, all they care about is the views they get. I'm telling you right now, that's just the truth. They're going to say whatever they can to get those views. And what gets views is controversy. What gets views is saying something sucks. That's what gets views. I say watch the fucking thing and decide for yourself and stop being a fucking sheep, you know. But unfortunately, 90% of the people that watch YouTube are nothing but fucking sheep. Excuse me. I apologize. We've had a lot of weather and it's making my allergies kind of fucked up. Yeah. So, as I was saying, don't be fucking sheep people. Don't be easily led automatons. Think for your fucking selves. So, the show premiered today. The show premiered today, and it went basically exactly as the way the premise that they initially announced went said. In the very first episode, now here's where all the spoilers are going to come in, guys. In the very first episode, we see this epic battle between He-Man and Skeletor, and it's great. And He-Man literally runs Skeletor through with the sword. And I love the quote that the line that Skeletor says, like, "Finally, you use that sword for what it's used for, what it's meant for." And then, but what He-Man doesn't know is behind Skeletor, the sword opened. It opened the power of Eternia. It opened the secrets of Grayskull. And Skeletor tried to tap into that. And when he did, it was going to destroy the universe. It was going to destroy everything. He-Man had to sacrifice himself, and the swords were split apart. His sword was split into two swords, and He-Man had to sacrifice himself to preserve everything, to save everybody. Teela witnesses the whole thing. She finally finds out that He-Man and Adam are one and the same. She gets pissed off about being lied to. Yeah, she kind of acts like a little girl, whatever. My biggest surprise reaction was from King Randor. He banished Man at Arms under threat of death. I mean, because of the secret the Man at Arms kept, and it was his fault. Like he's the one that made them do it. But it is what it is, and Teela leaves everything. She says she's done with all of you, all your secrets, all your lies, and she leaves. And it picks up a couple years later or whatever, or picks up a few years later. Not, I wouldn't say too long, because Teela's not that much older than she was. She looks like kind of a teen in the beginning, then she looks like a woman as it goes on, and she changes her hair, and it's a little more, new age or whatever you want to call it. And she and her best friend at the time, also a lot of people are saying that's her lesbian lover. There's no indication of that in the show whatsoever. They're friends. Get over it. She has a friend. So what? Um, they go off to on an adventure, and they have to team up with Evil Lyn and Beastman and a few of the other masters. You know, they have to team up with them to go on this adventure to find the two swords to restore magic to Eternia, or else Eternia is going to die. And if you can't see where this is leading already, if you're watching the show, then you're a fucking moron. If you can't tell that they're building towards a big fucking return of He-Man and Skeletor, because they both died at the beginning, then yes, you're a fucking moron, because that's exactly what's going to happen. Teela leads the quest, but she's not supplanting He-Man. They're going to find the motherfucker. That's what the whole point of the show is. And it's only the first fucking part of it. It's only 5 episodes. 5 30-minute episodes. And in those 5 30-minute episodes, at the end of the 5th episode, we get to where they find the first sword. The first of 2 swords. They haven't even got to the second one yet. And there is a big reveal at the end of the 5th episode. And it sets it up for the next 5. Or whatever is going to come next. So obviously, they're only, just barely introducing things. People need to settle the fuck down. Chill out. Enjoy it, because it's a good fucking show. When Man-at-Arms told King Randor and Queen Marlena that He-Man and Adam basically died, I fucking cried almost. I was like almost in tears. It was like, you can tell where they're taking this series. You can tell what's going to happen. And people are just sticking to this shit because they just want to be assholes. I'm so tired of seeing YouTubers just wanting to be assholes for no other reason than views. That's the whole point of it. They want the fucking views. And anytime Kevin Smith does anything, they want to fucking tear him down. Because you know why? Because most of us here on YouTube, most of us that do things when it comes to filming and films, are all wannabe filmmakers in our own right. We all wanted to be in films. We all either didn't get the chance or we weren't good enough. And in my opinion, they're all just fucking jealous that Kevin Smith did do it. They're fucking jealous, flat out. Clownfish and Doomcock and whoever the fuck else. I don't know. All these fucking dumbass morons. They're all just jealous little bitches that have way more subs than they ever fucking deserved. So I'm here to say this. Haters, shut the fuck up. Because you're annoying. You're already fucking annoying. There's always got to be so much hatred for everything. Star Wars, something good comes out, people hate on it, whether it's good or not. Everybody's got to hate on something, So yeah, I'm enjoying Masters of the Universe. Do I get the exact same feeling I got when I was a kid? No. I'm not a kid anymore. I'm an adult. I can't wait to see where the show's going. You can, like I said, you can tell they are building back. And if the toy line that they've released with it has any indication, they're building back towards a lot more. And people, the fans that are getting scared because they listen to these people, the sheeple, the sheeple that, yes, I'm addressing you, all the dumbass idiot fans that believe every word some fucking YouTuber has, spewed out of his fucking dick sucking mouth, then yes, you just need to be patient. Watch the fucking show. Wait for the next part to come out. And then the part after that. Because I can tell you right now, if it took them the first 5 episodes just to get this far, it's going to take at least the next 5 episodes for the next part. And then it's going to take another 5 episodes for the next part, and so on and so forth. I guarantee you we're going to need at least 20 episodes to even get out of the first season. To get out of, well, it may not be the first season by Netflix standards, but to get out of the first main storyline of just them recovering what was lost, it's going to take a while. It's going to take 15 to 20 episodes guaranteed. And they better let it run. They better not succumb to all these idiots. Something else I wanted to talk about too. Everybody says that, it's 2021 and we're getting a woke version and Telos are planning He-Man because it's woman power and girl power, blah, 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 blah. Oh, God. Am I so tired of hearing that? Same thing with Star Wars. I was tired of hearing it there, too. Masters of the Universe has always, stressed that, always had strong female characters. And I, for one, am happy to see that the characters are getting, more of the other characters are getting some attention. They gave them some attention in the original series. There were episodes where there was two of my favorite episodes of the original series are episodes where Teela and Evil Lynn had to cooperate. It's a two back-to-back episode set where they had to cooperate without magic, which is basically what they took that story, the story that's happening now. Part of that was taken from that, and they had to do things, and they had to cooperate and they had to get along and figure things out and help one another. That was a great storyline. There was lots of storylines about people other than He-Man in the show. And they're just expanding on that. There was always Driella. Her name was Driella. The female Orko's name was Driella. Female Trollan, I should say. There was always strong female characters. Teela, She-Ra, the Sorceress, Queen Marlena was an awesome, strong female character. She was an astronaut and a fighter who crash landed on Eternia from Earth, Just awesome people, awesome characters. And I'm glad to see that they're all getting a little due. Do I want to see more He-Man? Of course I do. Of course I do. And they have been showing a little more here and there in some flashback scenes, which is fine too. Do I want to see He-Man just going at it and doing what he's supposed to do? Hell yeah. I want to see that. But I can be patient and watch and still appreciate what it is for what it is, And what it is a good show so far. Hello, David. This show is, I'll tell you this, it's way better than that fucking She-Ra show they put out. That pissed me off. I couldn't stand that show. I hated the animation style. I hated the characters, what they did to them. I hated that they made it silly. I just couldn't stand it. I absolutely hated it. I hated what they did to Thundercats and Thundercats Ho or whatever. Absolutely terrible. Those I couldn't stand. This is actually, they're putting forth good animation, good stories, and people are shitting on it because it's not exactly what they wanted. Let me tell you something. As fans, people can say whatever. Fans are fucking entitled little bitches. We are not entitled. We do not own anything. We do not possess anything. We don't possess those shows. Mattel owns it. Mattel has always owned it. They decide what happens in it. Filmation decided. Now Netflix and Kevin Smith are deciding. Just like in 2002, was it Brian Sky Entertainment, whatever the fuck it was, I can't remember. They decided that one. Yes, Mark Hamill's voicing Skeletor, and it's awesome. He's really good. These shows, every single one of them was designed to sell toys. Get over it. Okay? We like to say, oh, these are ours. That we grew up with them. They're ours now. No, they're not. They're everybody's. So shut the fuck up, sit back and watch it, because you have no right to put what you want on the fucking show. None at all. I said that with Star Wars too. Sit back, take what they give you. You can decide if you like it or not. And if you don't like it, fine. But you don't have to be toxic. You don't have to be a jerk. You don't have to be an asshole. You don't have to be a toxic person and a toxic fan. You don't have to sit there and go off on tirades about how they ruined your childhood and blah, blah, blah. Because no, they didn't. Your childhood is still the same as it always was. You know what ruins fucking childhoods? Watching your parents beat the hell out of each other. Watching your dad get arrested. Getting yourself beaten by your stepfather. All that ruins childhoods. You want to talk about ruining childhood? Come talk to me sometime. I'll tell you about ruining childhoods. Master of the Universe, all that was my sake. That was my sacred, safe places. Where I could watch and go and forget all that kind of shit. Now, I'm not saying I had a terrible life, but come talk to me. You want to know about ruining childhoods? Okay, them changing something on a new show that you can take or leave if you decide. You don't have to watch it. You can sit there and watch the originals till you're blue in the face. I still watch them. You can totally ignore this show, pretend it didn't happen. You have that power. That's the only power you truly have. Because you don't have the power to say what goes where. None of us do. They're going to make what they're going to make, and either you like it or you don't. But shut the fuck up about it already. I hope that in this 15-minute stream, I have successfully offended as many fucking supposed He-Man fans as possible. I hope to God that I've offended Star Wars fans. I hope to God that I've offended every fan of every fandom ever made that decides to be toxic little bitches. We are all adults now. We're not little kids. Act like fucking adults. Grow up. Love the show, watch the show, but you're not a 7-year-old watching the show anymore. You're a 40-year-old. Grow the fuck up. Quit whining and crying. I want to thank Netflix. I want to thank Kevin Smith for bringing us a great show. Can't wait for Clerks 3, by the way. And yeah, my childhood will be the same whether the show's good or bad. I still have the same fucking show I had always. I will still watch that show. I will still love that show and everything else that I loved from when I was a kid. That's just the way it is. I don't need to badmouth everything. I mean, like I just said it a few minutes ago. I hate the fucking new She-Ra show. Can't stand it, but you don't see me badmouthing the shit out of it every 5 seconds because I've got better things to do with my time. When it first came out, I waited, I watched a few episodes, and I started and I said, okay, I don't like this. I can't stand it. It's crap. And that was as far as I went. I didn't bash everybody that said something nice about it. If we get into a conversation, I'm like, yeah, I hated it. That's crap. I'll tell you if I think something's shitty. I like to bash. I don't mind bashing shit at all. But at least fucking watch it and form an opinion before you just fuck it. You're not yet. The people that were talking all this shit hadn't even seen it yet. Fucking Clownfish or whatever his name is. That's why he called himself that, because he's a fucking clown. I don't mean the good kind of clown like ICP. I'm talking about like a fucking dumbass. He's a clown. He was bashing all this shit, calling Kevin Smith a liar and all this stuff because of a leaked script, and he read a leaked script and he called Kevin Smith a liar based off that, but he hadn't actually seen anything. He hadn't seen one frame of the show. Well, I've seen a bunch of frames of the show. I watched all the episodes, and I thought it was great. I really enjoyed it. So I'll take my opinion over yours any day, because my opinion is the only one that matters really to me. Yeah, guys, check out Masters of the Universe Revelations. If you like it, that's great. If you don't like it, that's cool too. This is Bronco Juggalo saying thank you all for joining me. Have a great day. Peace. I'm going to go eat some lunch. If I can get this thing to end.